Hey everyone, this is Jason. We're looking at how to solve a matrix equation. So this is how they're set up in your problems. You've got a matrix multiplied by an x equals a matrix. And so these are 2 by 2s times a variable equals a 2 by 2. So we're going to treat this as if it's ax equals b. To solve, x is going to equal the inverse of a times b. So we're going to have to just kind of remember how to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. So remember that if A is any matrix A, B, C, D, the inverse of that matrix is 1 over AD minus BC or CB, whichever way you do it, doesn't matter, times, we're going to swap A and D, and then we're going to change the signs for C and B. So that's the process for finding the inverse. So we're going to find the inverse and then multiply the inverse times the other matrix. Remember that matrix multiplication is not always commutative. So it's important that you multiply it this way and not b times the inverse, because it doesn't always work out to be the same answer. So let's take a look at how to find the inverse. So we've got our A matrix, which is 8, 4, 2, 2. We're going to find its inverse, which is 1 over 8 times 2 is 16, minus 2 times 8, or 2 times 4, which is 8. We're going to do our inverse matrix, which is 2 here, 8 there, negative 2, negative 4. We're going to simplify this out. 1 over 8, 2, negative 4, negative 2, 8. Then we're going to multiply this out. 1/8 times 2 is 2 over 8, which is 1/4. 1/8 times negative 4 is negative 4/8, which is negative 1/2. I'm going to make the bracket a little bit bigger because I didn't make it big enough for the fractions. And yeah, you'll get fractions a lot when you find inverses, so don't think you're doing it wrong if you end up with some fractions. And then 1/8 times negative 2, that's negative 1/4. And then 1/8 times 8 is 1. So that's our inverse matrix. So now we're going to solve the equation. So x is going to equal A inverse times B. So we've got our A inverse right here, which is 1/4, negative 1/2, negative 1/4, and 1. We're going to multiply it by our B matrix, which is 8, 12, 6, and 2. And so remember, you take the row, multiply it by the column. Row times column, row times column. That's going to be your new matrix. So this is going to equal, and I'm going to give myself some space here. I'm going to show you the whole entire process here. Let me change colors so we don't have a lot of the same color here. I'll move it over just a little bit. So we're doing 1/4 times 8. 1/4 times 8 plus negative 1/2 times 6. That's going to be the first entry. The second entry is 1/4 times 12 plus negative 1/2 times 2. So that's the top entries. Second row of the answer, negative 1/4 times 8 plus 1 times 6 final entry, negative 1/4 times 12 plus 1 times 2. So then we just work that out. 1/4 times 8 is 2. 1/2 of 6 is 3, that's a negative 3. 1/4 of 12 is 3. Negative 1/2 times 2 is -1. Negative 1/4 times 8 is negative 2. 1 times 6 is 6. 1/4 of 12 is 3, so that's negative 3 plus 2. And so finally, x is going to equal the 2 by 2 matrix, -1, 2, 4. I was going to put a negative. It's not negative because 6 is bigger. So 4 and then -1. So that's the final answer, and that's the full process. So don't think you're doing it wrong when you get a bunch of fractions in the beginning. Sometimes the inverses are going to have fractions. That's okay. Just multiply it by that second matrix, and you should end up with fairly decent answers. I don't think they're too tough once you find the inverse properly. So let me know if this helps. If not, please let me know that as well, and I'll try to find you some additional resources to help you out.